Is this working? I don't know if I'm live or not. Hopefully. Hello, anybody who stuck around. Thank you if you did. Welcome back. This was unexpected. You know how it is. OBS is a software that acts on its own. It does its own thing. It operates its own way. Sometimes it just decides to completely crash and break your whole computer. Luckily, we are back. But it kind of killed my flow. I was about to start freaking out about how 4.10's going to Evocati already. What do you know? Things are moving quick. Thank you guys for still being here. Appreciate you. And thanks to Morph for the raid. I'm sorry I missed that. Anybody who came in with Morphologists, appreciate you guys. Welcome in. We are talking about some news for Star Citizen. I generally do that a lot. I am a tomato from space. I cover a lot of Star Citizen stuff. We sometimes cover some other games, other space games generally. No Man's Sky, Elite Dangerous. I do want to get more into X4 definitely soon. And I saw you guys are doing Spacecraft. I would definitely be interested in trying that one out as well. But generally, I do stick to Star Citizen, both news, gameplay, rants, and just kind of weird tangents. Just want to make sure I didn't miss anything. So welcome in. It's your average Wednesday. It is Wednesday, right? I feel like I'm not very good at picking out the actual day it is. Spacecraft is a bit of fun. It looks pretty good, dude. It looks pretty cool. The only thing that, you know, shakes me is the graphics. I'm a graphics snob, I'm sorry. Darth Mullen, thanks for the sub on Twitch, dude. 21 months, OBS was a bullfrog. He was no friend of mine. Which song is this? I don't know that one. Tell me that one. Tola Garf. The Garf bro. Thanks, dude. Thank you for being here. It is good seeing you in chat. Enjoyed hanging out with you these last couple months. Thaki, welcome in, bro. Birdie Bob. Howdy doody. Crass6, bro. 07s, Vartano, Quantum Hive. Good to see you guys. Mr. Arctic Wolf. Ah, and McFlubin's still here. Hell yeah. That's what I love to see. Three Dog Night. Three Dog Night. I don't know that one. I don't know that one. So we got Spacecraft, Starcraft, Star Citizen, Splinter Cell, and Supreme Commander are all SCs now. Why are there so many SCs in, I guess because space starts with S. And star starts with S. And a lot of space things are called space thing or star thing. I guess Splinter Cell has nothing to do with that. Good for you, Splinter Cell. Wouldn't it be cool if we got another Splinter Cell game? I'm sorry, I'm getting real off topic here. I wanted to talk about Arena Commander. But, like I said, dude, the freaking OBS threw off my groove. Jeremiah was a bullfrog is how it starts. You fail at classic music. That I do. I fail at classic music, probably a lot of classic movies, and likely a lot of celebrities you also would expect me to know. Hello, Mr. Odie. How's it going? Hey, if anybody could, any YouTube mod could drop the link to the new stream on the old chat, that'd be awesome. Eventually, we're going to get this stream over to the new YouTube channel. I just have to post videos and get enough view time over there to actually live stream to that channel. So, we'll see when that happens. Mr. Grimm 70 freaking streams? Hold on, I think we still got the list up here. Well, Mr. Grimm, he's up there on par with Yui. I think you and Yui just hit 70 at the same time. Dude, where's your name on here? Are you not on here? There you are. You just don't have a streak on here for some reason. Put him up at the big old 70. I'm going to keep getting distracted because I want to tell you guys about The Odyssey. Oh my god, the movie is sick. Go see it. Actually, don't go see it. Consider going to see it if you like long epics of a story. It's probably not for everyone, but it is definitely one of the better movies I've seen in a long time. It does a really good job of feeling like an Odyssey. I don't know how else to say it, but it feels like a truly just like epic story. The scale feels large. It makes the world and the lore feel large. Obviously, it's been existing for a while. But I find that it's kind of hard to make... It's hard to make a scene feel grounded in the world that you're making if you can't spend enough time to explain the scene, to make it make sense, to just like give it a purpose in the world. And there's like freaking 15 different set pieces in this movie, and they all feel like they make sense. It's crazy. I really enjoyed it. Planning to see it next week. Theaters are full. We had actually a quite empty theater over here. I don't know why. It might have just been because it was in the afternoon. Still a little salty you missed your streak on the New Year's stream. Okay, but 70 streams since the New Year's is pretty freaking... That's pretty good. But I understand. That is a weird time for us. I'll make sure it's in the calendar well in advance this time. You can like have an alarm, just set it to open the stream real quick and then go back to sleep. Seeing it this coming Sunday. I look forward to hearing what you think. You loved it, P-Wolf? Yeah, dude. I thought it was going to be cool. I thought it was going to be solid. I like a Christopher Nolan movie. It ended up being more impressive than I thought it was going to be. Dude, the dude is just fantastic at making a film. You went to see it, but not in the cinema. They don't do intermissions here halfway, and it's not fun with a full evening movie. Oh, you want to see it, but not in the cinema. They don't do intermission here halfway. I see. It's pretty long. Yeah. Mr. Zergax, I see you with your stream streak. 5 whole ones. 5 whole buckaroos. Wait a second. Did you get reset? Slowly rebuilding the combo back up, bro. I'm sorry. I feel extra bad when like... See, if people weren't here for the stream that just happened right before OBS crashed, does it reset people's streaks? I really hope not. I guess we'll have to see when people come by a little bit later in the stream, because that would be ridiculous. Disclosure Day is out on streaming this weekend. Oh, sick. It did not. Okay, that's good. That's pretty cool, because I haven't seen Disclosure Day yet, and I've heard I've heard mixed reception, but it is Spielberg. Not as many people go to the theaters these days. Your roommate went to a movie the other day and was the only one there. Yeah, we tend to try and go to see movies like 2 or 3 weeks after they come out on like a Tuesday afternoon. Generally, you get a theater to yourself, or like you and one other person. But I can understand why people aren't going to the freaking theater, dude. I went and I think I paid $9 for each movie ticket because we got the standard like time of day sort of thing. It's a good deal. No, it wasn't $9 because I got the RPX tickets. I think it was $15 per movie ticket. Okay, cool. $15 per movie ticket. That's reasonable. I'll take that. We get there though, and I kid you not, guys, a small cup of soda was $9. I was like, how do you expect anybody to want to get your food when you're charging $10 pre-tax for a small popcorn? Come on. That's the craziest part to me. I'm happy to go to a theater like and have a good movie theater experience and, you know, sip a drink a little bit too loud because there's not enough left in the bottom of the cup. You know, you move your straw back and forth and it makes that awkward sound. But could you imagine taking your kids to the movie and they want a popcorn? Like between the tickets and the snacks, it's like $90 for the family to go see a movie. Pretty wild. Hello. Wasn't that... No, that's not... That was... No, that was the other one. Okay. That's kind of funny. Buy a projector. And I'm gonna have to buy a big wall too. I mean, it's not even. I don't mind that. We bring our own snacks. Like, screw you guys not letting me bring in our snack. We literally bring all of our stuff. We bring our own water bottle. We bring our own peelers. We bring our own fruit snacks. Like, I'm not gonna pay that much for something that I can get for half as much down the street. I still want to see it on the cinema screen. I'm just gonna eat my own food. They're crazy. Absolutely insane. Especially like when you're gonna show me. Well, I'm not gonna spoil anything. You don't think you've ever been in a full movie theater in decades? Dude, oh man, I saw an ad before the Odyssey was for, I'm sorry for anybody who came for the Star Citizen news. I like to chat a little bit before we get started. It's painful, I know. I saw an ad before the Odyssey came on for the 20th anniversary of Pan's Labyrinth, and I felt it was one of those times when you're like, okay, I'm in adulthood. It's, how do I remember that clearly? A 20-year-old movie now. I didn't really think about that. But it's been 20 years since Pan's Labyrinth came out. It's crazy. You buy movies in theaters on Apple TV because it's cheaper for a family of 7. Grassics with the wisdom. The worst part is when someone farts popcorn and a woman yells, "Please stop." Then it's bad. Wait, what? Are you saying somebody farted and it sounded like the word popcorn? Or it sounded like corn popping? I think both of those are problematic. And you should find a different movie theater. The last 2 movies you saw... Wait, what did that say? The last 2 movies you saw in theater were Anime, Spy Times Family, and One Piece. One Piece. Nice. A solid third of that was just the city's ridiculously high amusement tax. Wait, what? 2 hot dogs and 2 beers cost you $70 at a baseball game? What? $70, dude? Oh, that's awful. Bro, that brings tears to my eyes. That's... I'm sorry, that's just actually kind of funny. $70 for 2 beers and 2 hot dogs? Were they real dogs? Did you get pets out of that? Did you get to take them home and like have a grand life afterward? What the heck? Maybe some nice beer or something. Good lord. You do have an independent theater you like that has reasonable prices for food and drink. It's all great stuff. Lobster, ravioli, and ribeye. Jesus. That's nice. Playing Scrandle showed you how crazy food prices have gotten at places. Scrandle. The heck is Scrandle? My interest has been piqued. The thrilling daily web game of food comparison. What is this? What? Are you just supposed to judge what's more expensive? Or am I supposed to say which one sounds better? I mean, chicken and fries basket from, where is this? Columbus? Ohio? I don't know about their chicken, man. Meanwhile, we got some peppers in here. Chorizo. I mean, a chorizo sandwich with added toppings. Come on. It's gotta be. And that has nothing to do with your performance at the World Cup, Argentina. Hey, this is literally a World Cup meal. Wait, so is this website just people posting pictures of food and you're just voting on which... Oh, humans. We're great. It shows the value of each item based on people's votes. They are not based on each other. I see, so it's a random comparison. I mean, I'm sorry, I don't like peas. I feel like if you're gonna take a picture of food, you need to make sure it looks good. What, brother, what is that? This looks like it was meat pulled off of a cow and not cooked. I love how he's got like the fancy, the fancy slow dollop of ketchup dropping onto the burger. Very nice. And this is just a bat full of beer. Jesus. Are these both from America? No, that one's from Canada. Good for him. Someone posted a jar of mayonnaise. That's a fantastic website. I appreciate foods. Chorizo belongs on eggs, tacos, and chicken tenders. Chorizo belongs really anywhere it damn well pleases, let's be real. Chorizo, carnitas, some new way of cooking meat that I got down in San Diego. I can't remember it now. It's like I can't remember, not birria. It's something really good. It was better than carnitas. It was crazy. This website is before Twitter. I mean, you know, posting 2 pictures of food couldn't have been that advanced, right? All right. How about we talk about news? Huh? Guessing you came here for some Star Citizen stuff. My space nerds. There has been a legendary question posted to Spectrum. Is CIG trying to fully kill AC for new players? This is a question that gets asked, I think, every few years, because AC, or Arena Commander, is a weird part of Star Citizen. I'm going to take you through a little bit of what this game is, or rather what this mode of Star Citizen is, what it was supposed to be, how they full-on contracted entire companies to work on it that eventually did not get them released, and where we're going with this overall. There's an update coming to 4.10, coming from the Mr. DJ Bunton himself, the guy who stuck around actually from this company to keep working on it at CIG, where he explains a little bit of what's going on with the mode. So I'm going to take you through the wild ride of Arena Commander. Let's start off first with a little explainer from the man himself.
Arena Commander is this game within a game, which lets us take these super fun, awesome moments that we've all experienced in the PU and get them down into this short, fun snippet of 10, 15 minutes, hop in, hop out.
I think the most fun about Arena Commander is that you get to just jump in and play the game that you want to play. You don't have to spend time collecting all the stuff that you need to go out. You just pick a thing and you start playing it.
It lets people get down and dirty without the repercussions that you experience in the PU.
Is it possible for Arena Commander to help the development of Star Citizen?
Yes, it can be used for testing things that aren't quite in the PU yet, but will be soon. And it can be used for testing things that are already in the PU.
As we get closer and closer to Death of a Spaceman, it becomes a vital part of everyone's time in Star Citizen.
Yeah.
Be it you just want to practice your flight controls, you want to practice racing, you want to get better at dogfighting or FPS combat, you should be looking at Arena Commander to practice these things so that you don't lose everything when you do it.
So this is a pretty obvious kind of thing a game like this should have. What he said makes a ton of sense. They have this game where they're trying to make death matter. You can go and look up the different Death of a Spaceman. I actually have a video coming out about this that will, I think, hopefully make people a little less scared of this mechanic, because it's really not that bad. But there is a whole page from 2013 that explains the original concept of it. It's obviously changed, but the idea behind it is like, you're supposed to at least consider death. You know, don't throw your life away. They're not going to end your whole gameplay session just because you died, but they also want you to do things based around the fact that your character is at risk. So the idea that they want us to then go into all these battles and fights and like use these weapons and bombs and stuff and also fear for our lives, it begs the question, is there a way to do this without, you know, getting ruined every time you die. You don't want something that's going to ruin your reputation or the way that you play in the future. So Arena Commander was, from what I understood, made to kind of be this introduction to the game, introduction to real life, or not real life, but like life in the verse, and to the ships. This is the first trailer they released for 1.0 all the way back when it came out, I think 2014, possibly 2015. Ah, the old Avenger. Ah, the old Hornet. The other old Hornets. All the old ships, dude. The trailers used to be so much less flashy. That's kind of feel good, not gonna lie. Like it's sort of campy. I hope I don't get copyright for it. So that was the launch trailer of Arena Commander. You could tell it's really just meant to be a simulation where you're going around and fighting things. And in my mind, the number one thing CIG could do to help Star Citizen is releasing Arena Commander as a standalone game on Steam for free, and then letting people earn stuff in Arena Commander that unlocks in Star Citizen. But they have been very confusing about the point of this, how it's supposed to work, what the goals of it are over the years, and I think really that's for the same reason that Star Citizen's been confusing, because they don't have the money to put towards it. So let's talk about how this has gone. First up, the question that was asked that got this whole conversation started by Link. He was saying basically that he downloaded the patch, and the rental cost of the Arrow, the Connie Andromeda, and the M50 is not 0 REC. It is now starting at pretty similar amounts to what you start as a player. You get 30,000 credits, rental credits, that are only available to be used in Arena Commander. You can't use UEC, so you have to earn these credits, and you get these credits when you start out an account, but not that many. And basically the argument here is you should be able to just get in the game and unlock any ship in Arena Commander so that you can go and fly them, test them out, see how they work, and maybe even buy more. He says here, I don't know where he says, but he's talking about free rentals and how it can get people to stick around. Unlocking stuff in there is beneficial to the player, and a lot of people might come into this version of the game, try out a ship, and then decide to buy it in the PU. I agree. I think that Arena Commander is a great way for people to try the game out and get to see what it really feels like to fly and to practice. Sigelian, thank you so much for the raid, dude. Welcome in, you and your folks. I appreciate you. Don't know if you raided and then ran to go make some pizzas, or if you made any pizza today. Either way, hope you've had a good day and a good stream. Hello, Dave Tron. Good to see you, dude. And there's continued discussion here saying rentals in Arena Commander feel awful to begin with. The progression in Arena Commander is in player skill, not in the REC grind. REC is just an annoyance, not a part of the reason people go to Arena Commander. I also kind of agree with this. I mean, there needs to be some economy in Arena Commander to build, I think, some level of progression beyond player skill. Like, yeah, player skill is part of it, but it should be its own standalone game. And CIG wanted it to be. We're going to get to that here. But let's scroll down real quick to see what Bunton was saying about this. He said, "Hi all. Thanks for bringing this to my attention. This was indeed not intended. An update is being pushed to the AC shop service now. I go into more detail below." He said, our intent is for one vehicle of each role listed below to be available in Arena Commander for free. The following vehicles will be free once the service update is live. This includes the Gladius, the Paladin, the Razor, the Hover Quad, and the C2 Hercules Starlifter. You'll also still have free stock tank and Gravlift for game modes for these. Bearing are also sponsoring Arena Commander this season, featuring some of their ballistic weapons for free across the update. This includes the Bearing Pistol, Shotgun, P8SC, P8AR, FS9, and P6 LR Sniper Rifle. Reminder to check out Single Weapon Elimination each patch to get hands-on with the new weapons and gear. When the service updates, the following vehicles will be available for rent when they weren't officially, or where they weren't previously. This includes the Hull B, the Aurora Mark II, the Hermes, the Apollos, the Perseus, Salvation, Clipper, Golem Ox, MDC, UTV, L-22 Wolf, Paladin, Stinger, and Shiv. AC rentals now also persist across patches. Reminder that you can extend the rental to keep them longer. I also want to reiterate that we are not a fan of the rental system in its current state. Whilst that menu being flashed does limit things somewhat, this just continues to hurt them freaking half a decade after we were talking about it getting left behind. I will be investigating quick ways to improve the system for 4.10. One example being having a much longer initial rental period. For now, my team is primarily focused on supporting the PU and SC 1.0 with some pretty cool and important features like transport, radar and scanning, instancing, and soon freight elevators and hangars. So you can know that the AC Arena Commander won't be getting as much work when things like these need a lot of work to function. All this stuff. He said, but I will be reviewing some of the top issues in AC and seeing if there's anything we can do to make the experience better. So even with these things going on, Bunton is trying to get on the job to address the Guardian QI, I still don't know what the heck this is called, and the MX for rentals. He said he'll address this in 4.10. Feel free to tag him anytime on anything missing in AC, whether it is for vehicles or equipment. Now that he's learned the shop service, he can take care of these things going forward. So DJ Bunton is on the job. He's working on this, but I gotta say, it is interesting seeing this and knowing the story behind how DJ Bunton was brought into this. Let's go back to that video that we looked at earlier about this being remade and let the team introduce themselves.
In the PU. Last time on ISC, we talked about all the things that we wanted to do and we were currently working on. The whole laying the foundations idea that we just needed to hunker down and get these refactors done so that we can start working on some amazing content which we have lined up. Now I'm glad to be in ISC again to talk about that content which we have been working on since. Before we get started, I want to shout out the team. I've got a list here so I don't forget anyone. We've got Adam, Adrian, Bryn, Corwin, Kirk, Mark, Ricky, Samuel, Sean, hi Sean, and Simon, all working extremely hard, and everyone else and all the other teams that have been extremely helpful in helping us get to where we are today. So let's take you through the flow from the beginning to the end.
All right, so this is DJ, Mr. Bunton, and he joined the Arena Commander team as CIG contracted a company called Firesprite to get working on Theaters of War. This is going to take us back. We're tugging on a string here. This is supposed to be a news update, but it's turning into kind of a deep dive. Let me just give you a quick look at Theaters of War. And it's going to have to specify Star Citizen because that's a fairly common thing. Okay, let's see. How can I... Maybe like a trailer for it or something. I think somebody uploaded some video footage of the trailer here. Yeah. So this is from the presentation they did, I think, at CitizenCon 2019. They showed off what Theaters of War was.
Watch each other's back. Come home in one piece.
They really should have included the game audio for this because it's just not being there really takes away from the experience. Riveting. If you can't tell what this is, imagine Battlefield 2042, but with more jank and more vehicles. It's essentially large-scale, match-made PvP in a kind of arena format, but it is objectives-based. So you have to take certain places and go through phases and slowly push the enemy back in kind of an asymmetric attack and defend mode, at least for this mode. And the idea is, well, I mean, really, to me, it's Battlefield 2042. So once you finish that phase 1, you have to go to phase 2, where one team is defending I think like a satellite array or something, and the other team is attacking it. Interestingly, you'll see that the stuff that they were using here is actually from the Hathor facilities. This was part of the, this was used as part of the chance to reuse assets for some of the content they were releasing in 2025, which is why they were able to add so much content without having to completely destroy their workflow. They already had stuff existing for it. So once that phase is done, they then have to go up to take out the mining laser from above. This is the part that really feels kind of Battlefield 2042 or like Battlefront to me. And it takes advantage of everything Star Citizen has. The fact that you can transition from planet to space, no loading screens, the fact that there are space stations with gravity and spaceships with multi-crew capabilities and turrets and FPS and all this stuff is like, yeah, there's not many games that can pull this kind of thing off. And so people were fairly excited for at least some kind of consistent gameplay that you could load into quickly and not have to deal with the jank of Star Citizen and have an objective that felt like it performed fairly well. Got people excited. And even though they kind of shipped it as, or kind of sold it as this testing opportunity for Star Citizen because they couldn't test the big ships or the tanks or any of that kind of stuff in the PU for obvious reasons, I still think this is a great standalone game, if it could be a game. But as you can see from this page, the company that they got to come on and work on it never delivered. I mean, they delivered what they probably could, but the actual project didn't work out. It says, delivering in line the vision of a combined arms mode with within the Star Citizen universe, Firesprite collaborated closely with Cloud Imperium to create and develop Theaters of War, an intense combined arms combat split into distinct phases, with teams of attackers and defenders fighting for control over multiple objectives on the planet's surface in the early phases with infantry vehicular combat, before taking the battle into the upper atmosphere for control of a facility in a geostationary orbit. And then it goes on to say, Theaters of War is no longer presently in development at Firesprite. For more information, please head over to the Star Citizen website. I want to see if I could find one more video about... When was this? This is June 1st, 2023. This would have been September 8th. Arena Reborn Part 3. No, this is just this was talking, so this was the last major update I think we got about this. This is 2023. And this is really Sean Tracy, who's, you know, he was presenting Theaters of War. And I think the last two who were presenting about Theaters of War, really explaining what's going on with it. I don't know though. It hasn't gone very many places in the last year. Okay, this is a little bit, yeah. September 8th, 2023 is really the last bits we heard about it. So this is an interesting update that he's coming in and actually giving us an update on it. And hopefully it does get somewhat regular updates. But I really think that this mode is suffering because they just can't put the resources towards it. I think this could be a great tool for them to get people into Star Citizen in the future. But for now, I'm not going to say that they're trying to fully kill it. But I don't think CIG is putting the most into trying to keep it alive. Either way, a little deep dive into what's going on with Arena Commander. And Farit, thank you for the Prime sub, dude. And the follow. Appreciate you. Hope you're having a good day enjoying the stream. Theaters of War would be great if they sold Arena Commander with what they have now, plus the combined arms things. That would sell for sure. Yeah. I see I got a nice Death of a Spaceman conversation started in chat. Tree, it's good to see you, dude. How are you doing today? How have things been, man? Death of a Spaceman always stealing the show. We had a swap meet back in 2018, you want to say, and folks were trading flight sticks with CIG and CIG apparel. Others just came in to hang out at the restaurant patio and chill. It was a pretty cool meet. Cool group at the time. That sounds like fun. We did not have a swap meet. But we did have a nice little meetup down in Santa Barbara. The Garden did last year. We'll probably do another one, I think, next year. We're pretty busy this year, but next year we got to do another Garden meetup. Arrow Drew, hello, sir. Maybe Fire Sprite needed server meshing to make it work, and CIG took too long. There's... Maybe. CIG does not have a good history with contracting with other companies. Like, the more you follow how that's been going, the more you can see that it just hasn't really worked out, going all the way back to Ilphonic. And then, like, Fire Sprite, there was a company that was working on the quantum simulation. We've never seen any of their work. Maybe it still exists, but clearly it was done too early, I guess. Appreciate you. Your content is fire. Been a subscriber on YouTube for years. Just generally stay away from Twitch. I feel it. I get that. Well, if you still do enjoy the stream but want to stay away from Twitch, we do have a stream on YouTube. Actually, just kicking up the new channel for the stream on YouTube. We're making some big changes to the brand overall. We're starting a new YouTube channel. We're shifting some content. We have some exciting news to announce in the next few weeks. You know, not the baby. That's the most exciting news, but other, maybe less exciting news than that. And making sure that the stream has an actual identity on YouTube is a really big focus for us now. So if you do prefer that, now you got something that's purpose-built for it. Death of a Spaceman, definitely needed, but only should be a priority after the game is in a way better spot. Yeah, I mean, I think they're building towards it. You know, they keep talking about it, and they keep adding in things that do definitely add into the whole point of Death of a Spaceman. I think a lot of people think of it as just being permadeath, and that's it. Like, Death of a Spaceman is just another name for permadeath, and that means that people expect it to just kind of be added like permadeath would be added, but it won't. It's going to be added over time. Sad to see all the SC streamers kind of having to kind of pivot. Oh, I'm not. Well, I'm not really making the channel to pivot away from Star Citizen. I'm just making the channel because I don't make. There's a long-winded explanation for it. It has nothing to do with well, I guess it has a little to do with Star Citizen. It's mainly because of how YouTube works. YouTube does not want you to stream something on the channel that does not match the videos you release on the channel. And my videos on Space Tomato Gaming don't match the stream. So I need to make some changes to that. The guy who did the presentation with Tony Z back then, what did the big QA after? That did the big QA after. Can't remember his name. Understand needing to delegate different content to different channels. Yeah, it's annoying. The way YouTube works is weird. It's so much more than just a permadeath system, and it's definitely a soft permadeath system at most. Yee. Can someone explain to a new player what's up with 07s? Yeah, it's just the way people do for the salute. It's a weird salute, though, because if you think about it, an 07 would be like if your arm was like this, right? That's a 7 right there. That's '07. It makes a lot more sense with just the bracket, because then, you know, that looks like a straight triangle. I don't know. It's weird stuff. But yeah, '07 is what everyone landed on. Someone spoke about meet and greet with Star Citizen before. Bar Citizen in Frankfurt was a tad disappointing. One community manager was there. None of the studio located in Frankfurt, unfortunately. That's a bummer. Being in the same city as the studio, you'd expect some folks to show up. But the meet and greets are not put on by the company. They are put on by the community. So generally, if somebody from CIG is coming, it's just because the folks invited them out. They have the time, they can make it. They've got to show face, maybe. But generally, it's not guaranteed that CIG is going to be there. The bracket looks like a puffin. Looks like a cute bird. What's not to love? Frankfurt studio works mostly on Squadron 42, doesn't it? That it was. I don't know now. But they were pretty focused on it, yeah. Weren't the last Bar Citizen official with being on site and all? I think that's just them still visiting Bar Citizen. Well, it's a little weird, because before, Bar Citizen was wholly community owned, but I do actually think that CIG did something to try and bridge that gap and become associated. Built by fans. Yeah, so it's all still fan run. Coordinators. Bar Citizens are coordinators and attendees of social events related to the games created by Cloud Imperium Games. I think that they just say that they're going to attend the ones that are special. There we go. Does CIG host them? CIG does host some Bar Citizen events. When you go to a CIG sponsored event, there will typically be at least 2 CIG staff attending. So they do their own official ones, I guess. And they usually have at least 2 people. Normally a community team manager and general development team manager. At these events, CIG will often gift ships to attendees, and they may have scratch-off business cards with a custom game item they hand out. I've generally had a good time whenever I've gone. I mean, what's not to enjoy? Food, drink, and talking about nerd stuff. Pretty cool. But that does, yeah, it's, you know, it's if you're going to see the CIG devs, it might not be as fulfilling in different ones. And I would expect in Frankfurt for them to be showing up more. Then again, they're super busy. They are super busy right now. I think of all the years that CIG is busy, this is the biggest. From everybody that I've talked to at the company, it sounds like things are pumping. So, you know, they might not be able to come out as much to stuff like that. Jared did throw a bit of a fit because someone took a picture of him at one. Nah, dude. They recorded them. No. They didn't like pull out a camera and record them. Somebody had a microphone hidden and they recorded them talking and then posted the information online without consent. I would throw a fit about that too. What the hell? That's pretty rude. Get your information, you know, do your journalism, but don't be underhanded about it. Stuff might be leaked. Well, they've definitely, yeah, they talk less about development stuff freely. They point people more towards the website or towards specific people now for messages. Hey gang, just joined. What's going on for the day? Bookman, we have been doing a lot of talking. I gotta get to cargo soon, huh? That's what I put on the thumbnail. Come on, Tomato. Let's jump on from Arena Commander and we gotta talk about Spectrum real quick. Just for a cool minute. It's nothing too crazy. You always just assume no privacy when you're out of your house. Well, I mean, for yourself, that's one thing, but you gotta consider everybody when it comes to things like that. It was the commenting, yeah. All right. Have you ever wanted a social service in Star Citizen? Maybe the ability to, I don't know, send friend requests to your friends while you're in the game. Possibly the chance to shoot a text DM easily to a group of friends. Actually, you can do that. Okay, how about the chance to call somebody through voice services? Huh? You want that? Well, too bad, because Spectrum's getting an update. Let's hear it. Air horns. I don't have air horns. You guys can't hear them. I'm sorry. The Spectrum redesign has started. Phase 1 is now live. Now, before we get into it, that was a little bit in jest. They're not the same teams. I do think that this probably is somewhat in line with the fact that they just need to step up all of their services to a bare minimum for general player base. So I think it's part of this movement to get social services updated, but this is not the update we're looking for. Either way, let's see what is going on with Spectrum. This update is introducing a cleaner, more modern experience designed to make Spectrum easier to navigate, easier to read, and better suited to the community it serves. Phase 1 lays the foundation, and this is only the beginning. We'll continue refining and expanding Spectrum in the updates ahead. Honestly, making it better suited for the community it serves, I think the best thing to do there would just be adding a downvote button, but who am I? You'll notice that Spectrum looks a little different today. Phase 1 refreshes the core experience with an updated layout, a redesigned sidebar for communities, bookmarks, and navigation, and updates to the Star Citizen community page. Look at that. The blue is different, and this blue is also different. And the bars are different. They don't go across all the way. Actually, I do like that. That is better. I've never been a big fan of the Spectrum layout as it is, but, you know, it's nice to see it modernizing. You got a new home for direct messages. You now have a dedicated panel accessible from the top navigation bar, keeping your conversation just one click away wherever you are on Spectrum. Ho, look at that. I'm not going to open that because you guys can see all the toe pics I get for UEC. We can't talk about that here. Spectrum on mobile, refreshed. Spectrum's mobile experience has also received a refresh with dedicated navigation bar that keeps key destinations within easy reach. Community pages and lobbies are now easier to browse with a cleaner experience that feels more consistent with the desktop. I wonder if there will ever be a mobile app or if they'll just stick to the website. It's like around 2014, 2015-ish when everyone decided they didn't want to work on mobile apps anymore, so they would just like make their mobile website a little bit better. I would love... Here's the ideal freaking situation. And you know what you could do is we could go back to I want to say CitizenCon like 2014, where they gave a big presentation on this whole system. Is it 15? $17? I don't think it was 17. Graphics and tech. No, is it 16 possibly? No. I think it was 14, but I don't even see that here. That's unfortunate. Well, I'm not going to keep looking for it. You can go all the way back. Benoit was out on stage introducing people to Spectrum because actually Turbulent was here at that time. They weren't owned by CIG, but they were still working on the game. And they actually have built a lot of this. They did a lot of the assistance and the groundwork to get this running. And in their original vision for it, this was a service that straddled the website and the game. And I would absolutely love if you could go onto the web browser on your phone, type in a couple of messages, shoot them off to your friends in-game. Maybe even, dude, imagine if you could, like, schedule your stuff to be delivered from out of game. through Spectrum. You send a command, and it says, okay, your ship is being shipped from ArcCorp to Microtech. It'll be sitting at New Babbage by the time you log on in 30 minutes. Or imagine if you could, like, join into a party with your friends in voice chat who are already in the game talking with everyone else. In fact, you don't even have to ever get into the game. Maybe you're the person who's just running the mission behind the scenes and has the spreadsheets. You could just be in Spectrum on voice, looking at their streams or whatever. This could be like a nice replacement for Discord that works in-game diegetically with the rest of the game. It lets people, NPCs in the game, hear you for stealth reasons. It lets you transmit to people's MFDs. But it's still just this app sitting on the website, sitting on the internet, not really integrating with the game. And as nice as it is to have it get updated, I think that's the most disappointing part. Well, that and the fact that there's still no downvote button. But they do say this is just the beginning. Phase 1 lays the foundation. Throughout 2026, we'll continue rolling out the redesign across Spectrum, with threads and messages coming next. Threads. This is about more than a new look. Each phase will introduce meaningful quality of life improvements, including better markdown support, richer formatting options, and more ways to bring structure and personality to your posts. We want Spectrum to be a place you enjoy contributing to, not just catching up on. We want to hear from you too. Before we finalize the quality of life improvements coming to threads and messages, we want to hear what would make the biggest difference to your experience on Spectrum. Share your ideas in the comments below, whether it's better formatting tools, improved markdown support, new messaging features, or something else entirely. We're reading. While we can't make any promises, your feedback will help shape what we prioritize next. I'm not gonna lie, I think most people keep their distance from Spectrum because it's just toxic. Unfortunately, Star Citizen has a bit of a toxicity problem in the way people talk about the game, both in and outside of the community. It's hyperbolic, it becomes personal, it's filled with freaking ad hominems and people just like assuming your point before you've made it, and it's not fun to debate with. There's no downvote button, so a lot of times even if something is not a quality post, if a lot of people like it, it'll still reach the top. And yeah, that's great for a democratic platform or whatever, but I think most people want to also see quality. And it's easy enough to brigade something to the top, even if it's a bad post. Yeah, and it being in-game would be huge. That'd make a big difference. Toxic chat, not just about the game. But let's be real, man. The way humans interact with each other in general, not great. And I know a lot of people, probably people who are watching, are probably like, shut up, you're soft. It's nobody, you don't actually hurt people, you just can't remember what you don't hurt people, your thoughts of hurting people are hurting you. I don't remember what it was, but a lot of people don't really care about other people that much, and it just bothers me. I think like we're all just going through a life it's neither here nor there, and the world is only as good as we are to each other, and it just kind of sucks that like even when you bring a bunch of space nerds together to talk about a space game, eventually it can devolve into freaking attacks and stuff. And I hope that they can figure out Spectrum, because I think having your own system like this inside of your game, if your game does succeed, is powerful. It's just a little vitriolic at times. But yeah, Spectrum update. Somebody, Sunaris, thank you for your input, said, please add the ability to navigate to parent comment when opening a direct link to a Spectrum comment. Dude, oh shoot. That actually, he's so right. He's so right. I'm so glad he said that. He constantly opens linked messages that contain a direct response to something, and it's very frustrating right now to trying. Yeah, dude, I'll show you this right now. It's really, really easy to see this in action. If you go to the dev tracker and you find a dev that made a cool comment and you're like, oh, okay, awesome. They're interacting with the community. This is great. This is why the whole thing exists. Wowzers. I want to see where this is coming from. And then you click in. Let's see. I got to actually find one that I know is not the beginning of a thread. been a little quiet lately, huh? So this would be one. You click the dev's comment, and it literally just shows... I mean, maybe this is actually... Hold on, maybe he's just replying to the post. He is. But it's hard to tell. Let me go back, actually, and find this comment. The graphics development branch currently lives under the Squadron 42 branch, he said. And it's gone. Okay. How about this one? Is that a reply? It was not. It was a reply. And you see, that's literally the process you have to go through. If you see one of these messages and you want to see what it's replying to and you click into it, you cannot see who it's replying to. And there's not really any way to do so. There's no way to expand it without seeing the rest of the replies, which brings up everything, and then you have to scroll down and see if you can find it. That can be problematic because sometimes the replies get collapsed. So yeah, I agree. That's a big one. Overall, plenty of things that can be done to help with Spectrum, but I think the main thing that needs to be done is making sure it's just more inviting for people to come and talk on. Anyways, that's that. Let's see if we can get into servers. I'm hearing that things are pretty bad right now. Nobody can really get into the game. And I haven't updated. I tried to trigger the update and it didn't actually do it. Dang it. How much is gonna cost me? Eh. You lost your rye-site orders from the refinery. No, dude. How much was there? The problem with the community is there's more hyper white knights and haters than people in the middle talking on Spectrum. Dude, you're right. You're right. And I don't even like the labels. We don't even have to use the labels. I would just say there are more people who paint everything with their own feelings. A lot of people approach every topic through their own lens rather than just like taking everyone's opinions as matter of fact and moving on. If you say something about really anything, rather than listening to what you say, the person's response generally is, or rather than responding to you based on what you said, a lot of times a person's response does more to just tell you what they think. You know? Like, there's so little nuance when you say, oh, this ship is too big. And then people come in and they're like, well, all you want is solo player ships. And that's, you can't do that in an MMO because we're all playing as a group. So you should shut the hell up and find another game to play. You're like, no, I just think they've released a lot of big ships lately. And like, how do you get anywhere in life? The game is a mess. That it is. Anyone here use VR on Star Citizen? I have used it on Star Citizen. I don't do it regularly. Uh-oh. Oh. For a second, nothing was showing up there. That was a little worrying. Alright, so we were able to make it to the main menu. Let's see what happens when we try to load in. Is that update from today? I think it was from yesterday. I like waffles. Oh, so you hate pancakes? Exactly. What is your opinion on the coming RSI Galaxy? It's actually a really exciting ship. Because it's like a pretty solid sized, like large ship for multi-crew. But it carries a lot of industrial capability. Now, I know it's not going to be the best at what it does, but as a modular ship, it can do a lot. I also really like the shot of the Pisces coming from the back of the ship. But I'm also, after the Tylenol, I am very much in a mindset of, if you're making a ship where other ships are coming out of the ship, then you need to prove to me that that's going to work. Because it's, oh boy. Things be crazy right now. So it looks like I was able to load in okay. Everything seems to be going well. Shoot. It wasn't playable like a few hours ago. You hope it's better now.
Welcome to the ASOP vehicle
Seems to be
retrieval
doing
system.
okay for now. I think I'm gonna haul in the Hermes. Honestly, I think that's the most capable hauler I have. And it's already stored right here. It works. It works out.
Vehicle selected. Your vehicle has been delivered to the following location.
When is the Galaxy supposed to drop? At IAE this year. Alright, I'm sorry. I need to do something here real quick. Alright, sorry about that. I got a little bit confused there. Okay. So, Space Nerds, as we talked about on the podcast over the weekend, cargo hauling seems to be a great way to make money and not a bad way to rank up pretty quickly in reputation and progression. So we're going to take like an hour-ish here, an hour and a half, possibly 2 hours, maybe 3, depending on whether Star Citizen works for us or not. And we're going to run some cargo hauling missions after the maintenance, see how 4.9 is treating us when it comes to these kinds of systems, and whether or not it's worth getting in to try making some more money for yourself with arguably one of the more calming experiences in the game. Salvage might beat it out, but with salvage you can't get as many pickles. You always got to stop off at your local outpost and see if they've got pickles for you. I am going to keep the CQ-7 with us for today, just because it's cool and I like it. Probably want to shoot off a couple shots here and there. And we're going to get a tractor beam. Not as good as commodity trading as a 4.9. How about missions, though? Don't talk about olives, okay? We are not talking about olives. The Streamathon starts on Friday. You get your olives then. We keeps our mouths clean for now, okay? Calming until your ship disappears or the elevator eats your box. Well, that's what we're here to find out, if that's going to happen to us. I would rather go through that pain and figure that out for you first. Plus, it's a little fun to watch people rage at Star Citizen. Your advice for hauling is doing the Dead Saints Interstellar mission starting in Stanton. Lots of money, nice travel routes, not a lot of boxes to haul. Yeah, that's what SC Haulers was saying. You get a crime stat with that? I do need to work on my Shubin rep. I hear that's important to get. Dude, these elevators are fast. I need a hot dog. And a drink. I am actually dying of thirst, ma'am. Yes. Yes! Thank you. One more. I like the purple can too, you know, it tastes kind of good after the green one. You got to follow it up with the green though. You can't start with purple. That's disgusting, you know, ma'am? Yeah, she knows. You can tell from her face. Thank you. Oh, sorry. My bad. What did I say about olives? Don't worry about it. Not important. You got killed from the jump gate earlier? Wait, didn't I see like a long message earlier? Hold on a second. You actually logged in for the first time yesterday since 4.8.3 and tried to do some cargo hauling. The experience was short-lived. You were happy that they fixed the bugs with the railing and had on launch, but when you went back from Pyro to Stanton through the gateway, it dropped you so far and fast out of that ship, crashed into the pylons, so you quit. Classic. Classic Star Citizen. Well, let's take a Dead Saints contract, and we will try the interstellar route since it sounds like that's what's causing most of the troubles. And then we're going to try something that has us dropping off at a local outpost. Now, the fact that my inventory is not loading here is not a great first sign. That's actually extremely bad. Oh boy. Okay, I don't know if you guys could hear Obama just now. I did, and I appreciate him. He said, speaking about streamathons, did you hear that Foundation Festival is a streamer event? At work and missing parts of the stream. Cheers, Locke. I hope you're at least having a decent work day, man. Of course it's a streamer event, dude. It's always a streamer event. Anything that streamers are going to is a streamer event. Don't you know? The funny thing is like, if you want to join in a streamer event, you know, just like tell them you're going to stream and they'll invite you, right? That's all it takes. Server FPS? What is our server FPS? Tell me the server FPS. Let's see. We are sitting at a cool 30 frames per second on the server side. Which is funny, so that means that whatever was just going on must have been database related. Or AWS servers are janked. Who knows, man? I'm sure it has nothing to do with the fact that the Amazon has facilities in a war zone that are at risk. I don't actually think it does, but I can imagine they're spending more resources right now to try and move out of that area. Get some important things out of the area. You mean they're doing Twitch drops and the like? Wait, is there actually a foundation? Dude, are you serious? I literally just... Oh my god. Dude, working on CIG schedule. I waited so long to say that Foundation Festival sounded like it might be canceled because of the state of the game. Waited so long. Oh man, and nope, it's announced. Okay, hold the phone. I gotta find that now. I gotta take the egg to the face. Apparently, there is a Foundation Festival. They were just waiting for people to say that maybe it's been canceled. Is it, okay, it's not from the Spectrum redesign, so where the heck was it announced? Is it in the comms link? Twitch drops. They're doing a new Twitch drops campaign with a big old Rubik's Cube. Foundation Festival is coming. And so are new Twitch drops. Oh boy. Watch any drops enabled Star Citizen stream for a total of 4 hours to unlock the Atlas Foundation Fest livery for free. They really just decided to do this 4 days after. All right, I'll have to figure out the timing for this, guys. This might mean we change our streamathon time from the 24th to potentially the 28th or 29th. That's hilarious. This year, we're also trying something new to celebrate the creators who bring the Star Citizen community together. Subscribe to any participating streamer in the Star Citizen category during the campaign window, and you'll receive the Banu Lockbox replica. Oh, they want the streamers back, huh? Like, why aren't you streaming more Star Citizen? So, what this does, in my opinion, is, man, so yeah, they're not saying anything here about, for the time-based drop, watch any Star Citizen live stream marks dropped enabled for a total of 4 hours. Is there nothing here about the guide system? That's actually rather sad. I mean, the Foundation Festival is about bringing people into the game, which, yeah, this is what they're trying to do. But it's also about, like, introducing people to the game. I'm thinking we throw our own Foundation Festival, man. This is what it was about. New player resources, using the guide system, and then, like, everybody would get their referral rewards for sure. Spread the love. They'd highlight orgs. I'm hoping that they're still going to do this when they do actually have the Foundation Festival in. I know the guide system is somewhat interesting to use. And I know they want people watching the game. What Twitch drops do is they basically get people to watch the stuff that already exists. If the company feels like what already exists is good enough, those people will be interested. So one of the big times they were doing it was last year towards the end of the year. After they had done a bunch of content, they did Twitch drops to get people to have eyes on what existed. They did the same thing for 4.8 because they wanted a lot of people to come in for 4.8 as a new player rush for the game because it was a big moment for the game. Unfortunately, that didn't work. As I've shown, you can see here, the funding was phenomenal in May. Beat every single month of every year ever. But the new accounts that joined actually fell short of every May prior over the last 4 years. So they're not getting as many new players as they wanted, even when they did the last Twitch Drops campaign. And I think they want to speed that up now here. But I don't think we're freaking ready, man. It's 4.9. And that's why I thought that they were going to just let the Foundation Festival slide. But I guess they're still looking to get a little bit of a return on it. Interestingly, they are also starting the... let me see if I can find their... They're also starting their Ship Showdown, I believe, around that time. Ship Showdown kicks off in 1 week. So they're doing the Ship Showdown and the Foundation Festival at the same time, probably for maximum visibility and hype going into August. Let's see how it goes. There's your latest news, though. I will be doing the Twitch drops when they happen. On that day, I do need to drive down to pick up my mother-in-law, but we'll be doing our streamathon around that time, possibly, or this week. I don't know. I'll let you guys know. I got to talk with Mrs. Tomato about it, but there's your news. What do you know? It's very surprising to me, the way they're handling it. No mention of a free fly yet. I'm guessing there will be a free fly. What are the streamers supposed to stream when the game is in this state? Well, I mean, we're about to try. Those drops go from July 29th to August 12th. No rush. Yeah. Can't have the Foundation Fest without the noobs. No mention of a free fly is interesting. But I'm... yeah, maybe... Actually, this is a good point. No free fly would point towards this not being focused on new players. Even though they're calling it the Foundation Festival. It might just be that they're taking the L on this being a recruiting opportunity for new players, and they do actually just focus on making sure this is a hype generator for the current community. I don't know, though. We'll keep an eye out to see if they say anything about a free fly. But this might be different from regular Foundation festivals. Either way, I think we're going to try and host our own Foundation festival from GII where we actually help the people coming in and do some guide stuff, because I think it's worth the tradition. More information on that coming soon. All right, let's see if we can get into some hauling here. First, we're going to start with Red Wind. Let's just take an easy route. We're going from the New Babbage Spaceport. Oh, crap. Sorry. Okay. We got our first hauling mission here from Red Wind. This was suggested by SC Haulers. And it's an easy one. It's going from an L1 station to Microtech. We're going to take 6 boxes. It looks like 6 SCU. Wait. Yeah, 6 SCU from one place to another. Super simple, super easy, super straightforward, and we'll upgrade from here. ATLS is mentioned as referral bonus. Is there also a referral bonus? I actually need to follow up on my own. Oh, dang it. No, I meant to look that up. Hold on. So... I don't... Let's see. To earn Twitch drops. You link your account. I don't see anything about referrals. Yeah, I mean, the fact that there's no referrals either also, I think, is kind of telling. I don't know, we'll see. You love your Hermes upgraded from the Zeus? Dude, the Hermes is pretty cool. Poor Apollo. I've just completely forgotten about the Apollo, honestly. This ship fits the use case for this function fits the ship so much better. There is an Argo Atlas referral bonus. Where do they talk about that? It's under how do I get... Okay, hold on. How do I get an Atlas? You can get an Atlas in-game from various dealers. Additionally, during Foundation Festival, recruiting a new player will earn you a free Argo Atlas. Thank you very much. Okay. There it is. So they're just not giving us all the information all at once. And this very important detail is just tucked away in the very bottom of the post, bro. Oh my god. Okay. So yeah, there's a good chance then that there will be a free fly period here. They're just not saying anything about it now. Golly. This is just for the Twitch drops. Smells like Foundation Festival was a last-minute effort. I don't know what it smells like anymore, dude. They're so confusing. I really, really, really need to get better at reading every single detail. Because CIG will hide them. Are my lights on?
Landing gear deployed.
Oof.
Landing complete.
Thanks, y'all. Sanctured. Catch you later, dude. Thanks for hanging out today. Because they know their community would eat them alive for even suggesting a free fly. I mean, but it sounds like there's one in the plans. If they're gonna do one, they might as well just announce it. Let people know as early as possible so that they can actually plan to try it. There are people who have been on this stream in the last few weeks who have been asking about a free fly. Somebody was saying that they wanted to get their friend into the game. The game state might be bad, and it might be better off for them to avoid bringing new people into it, but if they're gonna do it, they should at least let the people know they're going to. They need to switch it to free fries? I wouldn't be mad at that, dude. I love a potato. Yeah, Jedi Chris, you're right. The page is about Twitch drops and not about Foundation Festival. It's more of an announcement around... All right, boxes. Get moving. Let's go. All right, fine. We'll use the regular tractor beam for this one. Violent tractor beam. Late to stream. What do we know at this point? Broken? Nope. So far, it's going okay. Why am I not Space Potato? To be honest, because I don't want to be a cannibal, and I eat potatoes all the time. I love them. They're amazing. I wish I could be named Space Potato. It would be an honor, but I got to think about how that looks and feels to the people. Not the people, I guess the tomatoes. Like me. By the time the free fly drops, we can all join 4.10 PTU. Is this it? Deliver 6 SCU. Yeah, that's it. You got one 4 SCU box and wait. Yeah, and one 2 SCU box. over here. You guys got a kiss. This ship is powered by the power of love. How'd you come up with the name anyway? I had another name that included the word tomato that I made randomly, like a long time ago in college, that I used just on social media. No specific reason for it, but when I started to like post stuff about Star Citizen across different forums, we could say, I guess, I was still going under that name, and over the course of like a couple of years, I just was continuing to post like that. So eventually I was like, we should start, when Mrs. Tomato said that I should start doing this like for real, I was like, okay, well, what's a space version of the name I already have? And I just was like, why don't I just put space before tomato? And I think the reason I was okay with that and I wasn't looking to search for something else is because a tomato is like universal, you know? There's almost not a country in the world that doesn't use a tomato in some way for some dish. They're very easy to recognize, super bright red, they're friendly, generally they're healthy, they're good for you. Like it's just, it's a fun mascot. And so I was happy to stick with it. Even though I am allergic to them. Don't bring up olives, all right? Yeah, Red Baroque, I am also allergic to tomatoes. Yeah. Yeah, buddy. Your mascot is a little more sad. Soggy Quiche is, Why, man? Why is the quiche soggy? Oh, no. Life is not worth living without tomatoes. Hey, don't get me wrong, I still end up eating them. You cannot keep me away from a caprese. Oh my gosh. Yeah, I'm also allergic to a lot of other fruit. A lot of fruits, many vegetables. Yeah. We're having an olive fest. I don't think we're having olive festival, sir. Do you want death on your hands? Alright, looks like we're delivering to New Babbage. We are here in orbit over Microtech. A nice short hop. Just a couple minutes, really. Stomach upset? No, it's kind of gross. To be honest, I'm not sure you guys really want to hear about it. Ah, oh, dang it. Oh, man. Most food allergies only manifest as GI symptoms. GII symptoms, you mean? It's about poop? No. Basically the skin on the inside of my mouth peels. And it's a very long and annoying and sometimes painful process. Oftentimes it'll lead to other foods that I eat if they're acidic and stuff. Those will then like have a burning sensation and hurt a little bit more. It's not great. It ain't fun. But that happens for essentially any fruit there is. And a lot of different vegetables. Also some nuts. And it has happened for fluorides too in the past. It's it's miserable. It's called oral allergy syndrome, and you can look it up if you'd like. It's kind of rare. It's not super ridiculously rare, but you'll definitely know. There's probably other people you know who have it who just haven't talked about it. What, do they want me to just fly in there? Just fly inside the lobby? Yeah, pineapple's pretty bad. Things like mango are pretty bad. Kiwi, which is like my favorite fruit, that one's bad. Good morning, Starbuck. Same with lemons and such. Yeah. The one thing that saves me is if the fruit is cooked, then I'm okay. So like juices, pasteurized juices, sauces, and things that have been like boiled down is okay. But otherwise my body it eats the fruit, and then it's like, oh my god, why are you putting the tree of that fruit into my mouth? Stop it. It thinks it's the pollen, you know? It's funny. I mean, it's not funny, it's stupid. But it's also funny. Oh, let's slow that down a little bit. Nope, okay. Settle down. Good job, Hermes. All right, let me, I just gotta do something. There we go. Your lips would get big. You like oranges, so you got used to it. Hey, I mean, sometimes that works, you know? You getting ready to go out to the club. Just chow down on a couple oranges, get them nice bigger lips. You'd be like, oh my god. You must have the best genetics. Like, nah, I just ate a lot of oranges, baby. Is there a desensitization treatment for it? You developed all kinds of weird allergies when your bee sting became life-threatening. Dang. Yeah, that's scary. There is a shot program that I can get where I can get injections. I thought it, like my parents considered it when I was a kid, but it would require me going to get injections every month for years, and then every weeks for months, and then every day for weeks. And I'm sure it's better at this point, but I do not have the medical situation to be able to do that right now. Someday, I definitely want to do that. Oh my god, because if there's one thing that is true for my family, and when I say my family, I mean my immediate family, my wife, and probably my soon-to-be son, they love fruit. Like, fruit lives in my wife's family like the freaking skin in another family. It's just always there. And so not being able to eat fruit is a bummer in that way. So I'm gonna save up for them shots at some point. You have oral allergy syndrome, and sometimes, dude, see, there you go. Somebody else in chat. Sometimes some fruits will give you hives in your mouth. The most annoying part is you also have anaphylaxis from other foods. Oh, crap. Yeah, that's rough, dude. That's really rough. Let me ask you this, because I've always been rather iffy on this. When you go somewhere, like a cruise or an airplane or like a party or something, and they're like, are there any allergies that we should be worried about? Do you tell them fruit? Or do you just let it happen? Because I'm just like, whatever. We'll just go with it. Alrighty. First job dropping off. 2 boxes. 2 boxes picked up, 2 boxes delivered. Are our customers happy? They are happy. They love their ammunition. There are 2 boxes of ammunition. Mission complete, which means we should have now. Looks like still just 2 missions. We do have some planetary and interstellar routes here. Definitely with Red Wind. Okay. All right, let's go ahead and take an interstellar route. See what this does for us. I'm going to pick up something that takes most of its stuff from this area. It looks like this is all coming from Port Tressler. Whoa. Okay, I can't carry all that. Jesus, guys. All right, so we're going to have to go to Brio's Breaker and Selen for this pickup. It's going to take us across the system. What's up, Waffles? Fun one is mango if you eat it fresh or the skin and are pretty weak to like Urushiol from like poison ivy. Jesus. Sometimes a moderate allergy can worsen. Don't tell me that. Your wife did the allergy shots and it worked pretty well for her. How long did she have to do them for? Fun family game and good day to you. I love that. Who doesn't like a fun family? They might drop the free flight if performance is poor. They delayed it for DrakeCon. I mean, they delayed it like 3 days. They were like, okay, we'll delay it if the game can't really keep up with it. And then the game was like, I can't keep up with it. And they were just like, too bad. It was a bluff. Only been on morphine a couple times after major surgery. This stuff is a trip. Yeah, morphine's pretty crazy. No relation to morphologists. You had to do weekly shots for maybe 6 to 8 months, and you're up to 5 1cc injections once per month now. It's rough, but can go outside again. Weekly shots, 6 to 8 months. Do you have to go to a place to get those shots, or do they get sent to you for you to be able to inject them? Honestly, I think I would be willing to do it. It's just a cost thing at this point. Currently, we're pretty medically focused on the baby, so that's where that's where all of our health resources are going. What's new and worth trying in 4.9? Any cool features or solely friendly stuff a lone wolf like you should check out? I would actually say if you're interested in taking on a kind of mission chain, they're not super unique or like groundbreaking, but the Recco Battaglia mission chain is actually kind of fun. And you can do it solo, and you can rank up and rep, and you'll get some rewards for it. Oh! Wait a second, we got gifted subs. Anonymous. Anonymous is blessing us again, dude. Wish I could have the people clapping for you, honestly. Thank you so much. You're a real one, man. I don't know who Anonymous is, but you genuinely make this stream work. Much love to you. And thanks for the clapping. Babies do smell good. I mean, they do. They've got the, what is it called? Vernix? The Vernix residue still on them that I think makes a difference. Reco missions are currently placeholders. I don't think they're placeholders. I think these missions will always exist. They're just not her main storyline. Like, I think she's still going to have these missions as repeatable ones that you can do just to kind of take part in her part of the game. I will be right back, folks. Don't miss those thoughts. Alright, you hooligans. I have spoken with management. And, sorry, Mr. Chair was hiding from y'all. I have spoken with management and we have confirmed. Fola! My man, Fola. Hold up, Fola has also blessed the Toes Gang today. And he's made me a better man. Thank you, Fola, for the memberships on YouTube, dude. It goes a long way. And that's not a better man because of the memberships. It's a better man because you gave some of the cutest freaking clothes I get to dress my baby boy in, dude. I absolutely appreciate you guys. Actually, you can expect y'all who have gifted stuff for baby boy from the registry, you can't expect us to reach out to you personally sometime in the next couple of weeks. Just making the last finishing touches to the nursery, getting our thank you letters for all of you guys for making it even possible. It literally, we could not have done this without the community. And that baby boy is going to be so freaking happy. I already know it. He's got the most aunts and uncles of any space nerd. I wish I could show you guys the picture, the 3D ultrasound picture we got of him. It's crazy. Boy's got freaking big lips already. Not even out of the womb, and he's got bigger lips than I do. You wish scanning gameplay was working well? It's a nice addition to the gameplay loops. Still nice to see they added it to Reco. Yeah, it's nice that we have a mission that asks you to scan something and not actually mine it. It's like just exploration focused. Will it be a cherry space tomato? A little tomatillo. Yeah, it's crazy how clear the image they can get. We really had to like jostle him a bit because he kept his hand up. He's like, don't look at me, stop. He's sucking his thumb and stuff. All right, first pickup. We're picking up organics, nitrogen, and rantadung. What a freaking crazy order. Casual Uber Eats cart. Yeah, the 3D sonograms are, and then they can kind of stylize it so it looks like there is the actual lighting that you would get if there was a spotlight on them. And like seeing the shadows of literally the details of like the ridge on your lip or like the nose or the ridges on their eyebrows and knowing that that already exists is crazy. It's funny growing up, people are like, oh, birth is such a miracle. It's such, and like growing up, you're like, yeah, okay, it's babies, cool. We were all them. But actually going through it is definitely eye-opening. It's life-changing. Kind of slid in there.
Engines are off.
Rantadung is poop. Yes, it is the poop of a random animal or alien that for some reason people seem to like. The higher up in rep you get, you can stack those scan missions for Reco, end up making around 300,000 for basically the same rocks. Whoa, really? Okay, that's actually pretty cool. Delivering to a farmer or a space terrorist. ¿Por qué no los dos, my friend? You know, I think that's Hurston. Hurston, Ariel, Ida, Aberdeen, and whatever the other one is. Magda. My favorite one! How did I forget my favorite moon? Where's the cargo? Give me this stuff. Wow, somebody is just chilling with the ship wide open. Looks like they lost a wing. Oh, that's not a good sign. the right place, right? Now it says collect shipment 114 mega mommies away. Wasn't it just telling me to come here? I love the bullpup. Very fun gun to use. No. Okay, did I come to the wrong place? Did I read my map wrong? Could have sworn this is where it was pointing me. This is what you mentioned before. You tried a few different hauling missions in Pyro and all the outdoor elevators didn't show the contract crates. Ah. Okay, yeah, so this might be the problem that we're having with cargo. Let's try another one. The rifle? I grabbed one at the Port Tressler space station over Microtech. Really, anybody who's anybody is selling this rifle right now, you know?
Engines are on. Takeoff complete. Landing gear raised.
All you enjoy doing is the cargo hauling like this? Yeah, so this will kind of ruin the game for you. Alright, let's... Yeah, no, there's definitely a collect shipment back there. So that just straight up didn't work. Alright, let's try this other one. So far, we are 0 for 1. Well, I guess we're 1 for 2.
Auto drive is now on. Auto drive is now off.
I think we're going to Seraphim.
Auto drive is now on. Auto drive is now off.
Oh no, we're going to Selin. Alright, we gotta take a little orbiting trip around Crusader real quick. This one's always fun. You get real out here when you're going around Crusader. Oh, and they're selling. Right at the tip of this ship right now. I'll cancel my quantum while we're way out here, and then we'll just jump the rest of the way to the moon out there. Just goes to show how big Crusader is, though, that you have to come all the way out here to orbit it. Any news from CIG about the desync issues on NPCs?
Quantum drive is now on.
I'm guessing the news is going to be we're working on it.
Quantum drive is now off. Quantum drive is now on. Quantum drive is now off.
Is the new Baron's chat going to be Daymar? Daymar is pretty rough. But I think it's going to be Pyro 4. Or Bloom. Bloom actually is pretty popular.
Landing gear deployed.
Man, sometimes you just gotta... You got to appreciate the ability for this stuff to happen naturally. Wow, it's hard to tell how far away I was from the ground. Amazing. Love to see it. I love a good view. It's like half the joy of cargo hauling is just getting to see really cool views when you're going to the different places. It's like exploration, but all the boxes you need to find are just down some freight elevator. And is our stuff here? It is here! Oh, something's working. Whoa. Okay, I want to get one more shot with the moon, with the planet back there. Oh, like this. You know, I don't think I can get far away enough to get the shot I want. No, I can't. What's the worst bug I can remember in the last couple years? When the game wouldn't start? Probably. When you would literally just not even be able to get to the main menu. That was pretty bad. Been some pretty bad inventory bugs. You can get away from inventory though. I remember there was like a bug, this is a while back, where you would spawn into your hab and I think it was either you couldn't get out of your bed or as soon as you got out of your bed, the hab was unphysicalized. So you basically just, you would just not be able to play. As soon as you loaded in, you would just be desynced with the whole game. Yeah, 318 was pretty bad. We rely on third person wait. Whoa. Oh, where are you going? Come on. Whoa. Buddy. Buddy. We rely on third person too much. We need better landing aid. Yeah, we do. We need some kind of a 3D overlay of the area around your ship. For landing, for docking, for taxiing, for seeing what's EVAing around the outside. Hell yeah. The Squadron comes this year, and it's good. You're very scared about how the first-time player crossing over into the PU will receive it with the current state of things. I keep saying it. I am not even concerned about Squadron releasing. I'm more concerned about when they even start just marketing Squadron. People are already going to be trying to jump into the game new when that happens. All right, we're loaded. Everybody's nice and snug. Looking real cute. Let's get off to the... Oh, what are you doing over there? Just, you gotta be cool, huh? Edgy green box. Get over here. Know your place. All right, now we're good. Let's see if that other shipment loads in or something now that we might go back. At least they fixed 30Ks for the most part. I'm always surprised by their comebacks here and there.
Landing gear raised.
Oops. I think I just put it back down.
Landing gear deployed.
Still says two weeks ago as of the 2026 newsletter. Yeah, they're not going to change the date for it until they are ready to make an announcement about the date changing, if it's going to change. Is the Hermes tractor beam working on its rail? I can test it out and see. Squadron's not using the current flight model. Squadron has its own thing going on for flight. I think. That's my speculation. They haven't said explicitly that there's a different flight model, but I think that the Squadron flight model is a lot more simple and purpose-built for Squadron 42. Oh, I didn't get to say what I had confirmed with management. I love how you guys allow my ADHD to completely derail our whole stream. And we're in it together. It's so beautiful. It's a beautiful thing. I spoke with management, which is, you know, Mrs. Tomato. And she has confirmed we're going to go ahead and move the streamathon to July 29th. So y'all will be able to get your full Twitch drops on this channel, and we will start doing our normal streamathon at that time. We'll have multiple ship giveaways going on. We will be running our own Foundation Festival in GII. I'm going to set up something like that to encourage folks to do like a little newcomer festival. Maybe we could do like a really big, like try to get as many newcomers as we can together in the game and then just go off and do stuff. Because I'm going to be on for 8 hours at a time for as many days as you guys continue it. It will mainly be focused on Twitch. But y'all on YouTube, obviously, chat's still there. You can still add to the time. And it will likely be the last streamathon on this YouTube channel. Is the new flight model available in Arena Commander? It is not. No, it's in closed testing. About how long would we have before money gets wiped? You want to grind 4 million to get the F7C, but not if it'll only have it for a couple weeks. It's going to be a good amount of time before money gets wiped. Or ships. Like, I wouldn't expect that in the next few patches, but it also is impossible to know exactly when it could happen. They're certainly trying to avoid it happening. Mr. Max. What's up, Jaybird? Welcome back, dude. Why am I going 170 meters per second? I think Squadron's probably been pushed. If it hasn't been pushed, I think it should be. Last streamathon on the channel just because I'm starting the new YouTube channel for the streams. You think I got all the cargo? You don't think there's any to pick up here?
Landing gear deployed.
Why do I have battle music?
Shields are on.
Did it just think I was coming in for a combat landing or something? You're drunk, Star Citizen. Weird. I don't know why this music's playing. Hey, there's some juvenile Valacar out there. You guys want to go see if their behavior is any different as it's supposed to be in 4.9?
Engines are off.
Oh, they log. Okay, let's see. Let me count my SCs. So we've got, what is this, 8? This is 8 SCU of nitrogen. We got, this is what SCU? 2 SCU of Rantadung. 2 SCU of organics. 3 SCU of Rantadung. 5 SCU of Rantadung. 3 SCU of organics, 7 SCU of Rantadung, and this would be 4 SCU then. So yeah, we have all of the SCU. Okay, so they basically just took all of the cargo from the multiple locations and had it spawn in at the last one on the list. So we're good to go. We will head back to our other spot. I'm just going to go and try and kill these Valacar real quick because I want to see if they actually move different. Valley boys. Saw y'all were hanging out at here. Wanna say hi? Hello? Maybe I should have just flown over to them and landed, because now I don't... Since, you know, you can't scan when you're on the ground. There's no way Oh! Hey! Found him. Okay, yeah, but, like... Still have horrible aim. You have like a ground attack kind of thing? Do you... What was that? Ow! Okay. Aren't they supposed to move around and stuff? Give me your teeth. Let's try with these other guys. I know there was another one of you out here. Man, they just left him. They said one worm dies, no more. We're out. Alright, whatever, guys. I don't know. I don't really notice any difference in their behavior, even though they said there was some changes to 4.9. Oh, they use the Rantadug for medical reasons? I can just give him a med pen. Probably be more helpful. I love that this thing has a burst mode. Yeah, that's a little too close to battle rifle for me. All right, let's get going. On to Pyro we go.
Engines are on. Takeoff complete. Shields on. Landing gear raised.
Did you get shot? Just put some poop on it. Throw some poop on it. I think there's a song about that. Hey, so in the previews for the Odyssey, there's a preview trailer for a new Rocky movie called I Play Rocky. I didn't really follow the whole Sylvester Stallone Rocky thing. Did he actually write it? I feel like that's a real big detail that I was missing. Like, is that meant to be the story of how that all happened? Brother, that's freaking crazy. That's nuts, dude. The fact that he went and wrote it and then like just didn't let them do it until he was in it is, oh man. That sounds like a more interesting movie than Rocky. Which, you know, I'm a youngin'. So I probably don't recognize the significance of the movie itself, but I think that's a really powerful story. Just a freaking talented person, that is. Talented and driven. Like, you get a super talented personality and a very driven, determined kind of person. Putting that together, dude. I feel like that's rare. You going to see Odyssey on Friday? Hope you enjoy it, dude. I freaking loved it. More than I thought I would, actually. Thought I meant the Misk Odyssey. No, sorry, I can't bless you like that. I would love if the Misk Odyssey... No, actually, I wouldn't like the Misk Odyssey to be here. The longer they take to make the Misk Odyssey, probably the better it's going to be for the gameplay that requires it. What's up, Sinkoto? Welcome in. He sold his dog to make the first movie, then bought it back with the money he made. Dang, how much did he sell the dog for? There's also a biopic of Snoop. That's pretty cool. Honestly, I think there are likely a lot of stories of amazing people who haven't been recognized just because the industries that generally recognize those people had money coming from other places. So it's exciting to hear more about the lives of folks who maybe weren't getting covered as much. And the same thing's always happening, I guess. There's always people who aren't getting their stories heard. Did I see Michael? I did not. No, I heard about it, but I didn't get to see it. This is actually, I think, the most times in a year we've been to a movie theater at this point, and it's 2. No, it's 3. We saw Hail Mary, The Backrooms, and The Odyssey in movie theaters this year, and that's a really good lineup for movies to see in theater. Well, we have not been going to theaters basically since like 2018, since we lived in Orlando together. Me and Mrs. Tomato haven't really been going to theaters much, so it's nice to get back to it. Just can't believe the popcorn prices now. Dune Part 3 is coming. Yeah, well, case in point, I haven't seen Dune Part 2 still. Just during the period where we weren't seeing movies. Did I see the Furios? No. I've seen Furiosa. Where am I? Obsession was solid. We watched that at home. What I think of Hail Mary? Hail Mary is one of those movies that, I mean, yeah, it's a book first, so it was very well written beforehand. One of those movies, though, that very effectively gets you to feel every emotion there is, which I don't think every movie needs to do that, but when a movie can do that, I think it should take note. That is, especially in a sci-fi environment. Sci-fi is not as common as a lot of other things that are more applicable to real life, and they managed to make something that could have been too dry, too convoluted, or even just like feeling too contrived. And they made it feel really natural. They made it funny. They made it sad. It was intense. It was scary. It was heartfelt. You felt bad for almost everybody who was in the movie at one point. You felt bad for them for their own angles and what was happening. And it was a freaking visual feast. I loved it. We're gonna buy Hail Mary for sure. I want the physical disc for that one. Matt Damon outdid himself. All the actors are good in Odyssey. Yeah, I think everybody did phenomenal. It's so great to watch a movie and forget it's a movie. That's the best part. I hate watching a movie and then thinking to myself, wow, this must have been awkward to film or something like that. Like, oh my gosh, I wonder how many times they had to do this take. Any like little thought that gets into your head while you're watching a movie kind of take you out of the experience. I love when a movie can keep that from happening. Alrighty, Pyro, here we come. Oh God, that dragged me. That was weird. All right, through to Pyro. And on to our final destination. Can I even fly all the way there? I don't think I have enough fuel to get there. Holy crap, I can. Hermes is a beast. Jesus. We flew all the way from Daymar to the Pyro jump gate. Jumped to Pyro. And now we're flying like almost all the way across Pyro to Pyro 5. All on a single fuel tank. Hell yeah. Yeah, I love the music while jumping. The only thing that ruins it for me is that it's off time. I hate that. Thoughts on Thor leaving the D-League Avengers, taking on Doctor Doom? Bro, I don't know what's going on with the new Avengers movie. I haven't watched the trailer for it yet. It did pop up on my YouTube recommended, and it was like at 42 million views in less than a day. So I guess they still got it. People are still at least interested in what's going on. I hope they can pull it off with the movie. You never run those in third like that? It is easier than in first? Wait, it's easier in first or in third? I find it easier in first. I just think it looks cool in third, so I like to do that for you guys. Oh, the X-Men. Okay, I see, I see. Is that the D-League Avengers, the X-Men? For shame. Let me guess, Charles Xavier is going to die again. You heard Sacred's plot is spicy lately because of all those Reddit posts about the commodity trading at Chala's. Be careful. Alright, let's see what happens. You keep thinking of Hermes from Futurama anytime I say his name. And Hermes is a beast. I didn't really watch Futurama. Well, saw a lot of the jokes that came from it, but I didn't get to watch it very much. No one accounts like he does. Are you going to any bar citizens this year? I might. We'll see what happens in the Bay Area. We obviously have a pretty busy second half of the year. So I hope I get to see some folks. I think we'll get a chance. Probably like it down in the Bay Area, San Francisco. Required viewing for any space nerd. I think I've missed a lot of required viewing for space nerds, actually. I've got a lot to make up. I don't even remember A Space Odyssey. I watched it when I was too young to remember the whole thing through. I do remember being very bored with it. Ruben, you heading to Amsterdam this Saturday, bro? That's gonna be freaking fun. I love Amsterdam. That is probably, it's in like my top 3 cities in the world. Favorite cities. How long are you going for? Just taking a little weekend trip? By the way, it's good to see you, Ruben. Hope you've been doing well, dude. Well done on the YouTube videos lately. I hope that's been going well for you. Oh, you were born there. Dude, I didn't know that. Oh, you were also born there. Look at y'all. We got a bunch of Amsterdammers in town. Am I Twitch drop enabled? I am, but there are no Twitch drops right now. There will be in about a week. Currently, though, nothing to worry about. I'll be right there for you when it starts, though. You work in Amsterdam, but not on Saturdays. Is that a quote, or do you actually not work there on Saturdays? I've seen an episode of The Orville. I haven't watched the whole series, though. Man, I had my best slice of cheese in Amsterdam. Ooh, baby. I had... What else did I have that I really, really enjoyed there?
Quantum fuel is at 25%.
Man, I just had really good freaking cheese. We even made cheese out there, I remember. Oh, I had a great sandwich, herring and onions, just like herring and onions on the street. Was so good. And then I just love walking around that city. In the canals area. It's really fun to walk around and just people watch. Define Twitch drop. You watch Twitch streams for a certain amount of time, and then you get something in return for it in the game. Was it real cheese or was it cheese? It was real cheese. It was very good cheese too. It had like the little crystals inside of it as you were eating through it. Yum, 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 yum. Wait, do you guys all know each other? Y'all like know each other from Bar Citizens or something? You're an hour and a half away. That's not far. I gotta plan my next trip over there for when there's a bar citizen. From Discord mostly. Oh, that's cool. That's pretty sick. Well, I love your guys, your chocolates, your cheeses, and your football. And your weed. Great at all of those things. Although the Belgians do pretty good at chocolate too. You got some competition there. If you ever go to Ecuador, you'll highly recommend the cheese there too. Dude, I'll try a cheese wherever I go. As long as it's not too smelly. I'm here for it. They've not been doing as well as I normally expect from football, yeah. The Stroop waffles. That's true. You know, I see somebody in chat say, what about cheese with olives? And I just assume it's going to be po' boy. But no, Ruben also has the sickness. All right. Almost to our ending location in orbit over Pyro 5. This is just the gravity well of this area of the star system. So we still have to go to one of its moons to drop off. I think actually Pyro 4. So technically not one of its moons, but in position. The smellier the better. We got some cheese from my sister-in-law one time that we didn't know if it maybe had gone bad or it was just a really smelly type of cheese or it had maybe been like dropped in cow poop. I don't know, but it like even just taking the covering off of it almost like knocked us out of the room. We couldn't handle it, and I still to this day I don't know if it was supposed to smell like that or not, but when you get a little too smelly, it makes me nervous. Now here is the most beautiful planet in all of Star Citizen, Pyro 4. You'll note I said planet and not moon. For anybody who doesn't know, this planet was actually knocked off course a long time ago, and it fell into orbit around its neighboring Pyro 5. So it's technically a full-on planet. It has its own mini orbit around the moon, or around the local planet, as you can see. Obviously much further out than the rest of the planets. And it's actually, I think it's slowly continuing its descent into Pyro 5. So eventually I think they will collide, and who knows what happens to this area at that point. But this is the only place in the whole game where you can find clouds, water, and planetary rings. Unfortunately, it is still missing its planetary rings, so the beauty is not as prominent. But hopefully someday they come back and it can take its rightful throne. Yeah, it needs its rings back. I have no idea. Jade Star Watcher, are you kidding me? Dude, there's a throwback. Good to see ya. And they definitely do need the rings on this. It's kind of really driving me nuts that there's been no mention of them or anything about why they're not in the game. Gib rings, CIG. Maybe for live release they will collide. Wouldn't it be so cool if we got exploration events in the game like that? I always talk about the comet coming in and out of the star system and like letting people kind of make the dash to go get to it, depending on how capable you and your crew and your ship are. But wouldn't it be great if we also saw things like planets colliding? It's crazy to have that happen more than once in any period of time, but it would still be cool. It's a video game, right? Haulers using OMs is a great way to get pirated. Just an administrative note. Thank you. That is great hint. Tooltip? Life lesson? Food for thought? All of the above? High quality mats being dislodged from a comet would be cool. Exactly, dude. Imagine you go into a comet, right? Or a comet comes into the system. The deep space explorers, they can get out there quick, so they go out, they mine the most valuable minerals and materials, but they can't get everything because the comet is so far out from the system, everything is caked in ice. So they maybe spend their time there, sure, but eventually they have to leave. And then as it gets closer and closer to the inner system, you start to get more and more minerals showing up because the ice is melting away, the comet is breaking apart. Maybe it fragments a bit so people can go to different ones, so you have like certain parts of the comet that are considered more dangerous. There'd be so much dynamic... whatever involved there. I don't know how to say it, but it would just be an incredible opportunity, I think, and not really the kind of thing many games can do. Alright, where's your elevator out here? Is it up here? No. I should probably be in SCM mode just in case. There it is. Alright. Now, anything can happen out here. We do not know what's going on, who is here, or what they're waiting for. There might be people watching us at this moment, planning on attacking us as soon as we touch down or leave the ship. Let's see. We are in a fairly dangerous place. It's a hot spot for PvP. And ambushes. You need to see a neutron star with a planet remnants orbiting around it. Make it so. Dynamism. How am I hungry? I ate 2 sodas earlier. Do you not get filled up off soda, sir? Alright, let's eat a pickle. When all else fails, pickles will keep you happy. That's not sexual. Whoa, why am I dying? Eat the pickle, eat the pickle. What the hell? Okay, I'm still hungry. Eat another pickle, sir. Oh my god, that just got me turned. Dude, that didn't give me any freaking food. It just made me... Is there just no trade-off? A pickled cucumber that has been fermented in a brine flavored with coriander seeds, dill, and garlic. You're telling me that doesn't give me any sustenance? Down with the pickle world. I'm gonna start a pickle farm. I'm gonna be a pickle crafter. And I'm gonna make sure that every pickle that was ever made does feed people. Hello? Are they the same pickles they put on whammers? I doubt it, dude. Whammers are delicious. You didn't know about the pickles? I knew that the pickles were intoxicating. I didn't know they don't feed you at all. That seems a little bit rude. You call yourself a pickle, but not actually pick. You're Your wife wants to say that pickles have 0 calories. All they do is raise your blood pressure. Are you telling me... Wait, what? Pickles have 0 calories? How about all the things that I fermented them with? Am I getting my coriander calories from my pickles? Listen, yeah. What is the point if it does nothing for me? If I wanted to get drunk, I would just butt chug the latest Hurston brew. That ought to take you out of commission for a couple of weeks. I need to eat a pickle for that. That's pretty, dude. That's just great organization right there. You can hit up a station and get some delicious sea nuts. I'm not going to trust anything called sea nuts. Spices don't have calories. Pickles are just delicious. How about garlic? Garlic, calories? Anything. Don't kill my fantasy of living off of pickles in the... during the zombie apocalypse. I'm a god now hot, you see? I gotta grow my cucumbers and ferment my goods. Mrs. Tomato loves a cucumber. How about lamb fries? That sounds terrible. I do like fries that are fried in duck fat, though. You ever had that? Jeez, ow. Have I ever tried fermented fish? I think actually I might have one time, accidentally. It wasn't really an objective of mine. Fermentation is not my favorite form of preparing food. It's a tinge gross. Alright. Turning in the goods to the good people of Pyro. Getting you all your poop and your organics. And your nitrogen. Not sure what you're going to do with that. Some like wild surgery. Hey, no! Stay down there. Is it because I was standing nearby? Alright, let's try it again. Okay, all of you. Get down there. And let's get off the pad. There we go. Mission complete. Alright. You can get the hauling missions to work. Now I need to get some food. Maybe there's some in here? Why can't I access their inventory? Nothing? They have nothing? I'm gonna die out here because of the pickle. Maybe there's something down in town. Let me just close the door first. When you hear duck fat, you think of that John Wick scene. What John Wick scene? Pickled blueprint. That's gonna be an upgrade blueprint. You can just pickle whatever you want. My top weapon's gonna be a pickled P8SC. Pickled Piper paid P8SC's pickly pears. Luna Maria. Good to see you. Welcome in. Hope you're having a good week. And an even better day. Hope Rico is doing well, the family is good, and the weather is treating you absolutely amazingly. Hey, y'all got any food in here? I'll kill for it. I'll kill for an apple. I'll do it. Open the door. Let me in. Don't shoot me though. I swear those bullet rounds were not bad. Hey. I definitely made them cower. Y'all got food in here? You just gotta be something. Are those peanuts? What is that? Freaking SpaghettiOs? Any food here? Food? Miscellaneous? Ah, there's boxes. That could really help me. Components. I guess these people just don't eat food. Oh, uh-oh. Uh-oh. Y'all have more guns than calories on this outpost. Not even a loot box. Is this what you believe? You just let people starve? Favorite pickle brand? I don't even have pickle brand. I don't need pickles enough to have a favorite pickle brand. Alright, I am losing eyesight, guys. Y'all gotta have food somewhere. Honestly, this is actually the best populated I've seen an outpost in Pyro in a long time. Like, probably since they released Pyro. Alright, I think this is the cooking center. There's an oven in here, dude. There's no way... There's no way there's not something to eat. Look, there's plates on the table. This guy's got a grill. You making any food? You're literally not even making anything, dude? Just trying to look busy. Food stores all over. Nothing. This guy's got a watermelon. Can I have some? Jeremy. This guy looks like a Jeremy. Can I please? Boxes. What is this? Let me lay down? No, I don't want to lay down. I just want food. Toes. You guys don't have any boxes. Nothing. Nothing at all. More people than food. How do these people live? There's got to be something. I'm dying fast. I'm actively starving to death. Sprinting around is probably not helping. Ah, there's a kitchen in here. Is there anybody who's competent enough to be using it? There's just no food in the game. I'm gonna eat the people. Okay, take me downstairs. Maybe in the secretive, restricted place. Oh my god. What are you guys doing down here? No. Alright, you guys, there's nothing here. It's just a room, and y'all are freaking tiddling each other over here. The game does not support pragmatic action, I guess, or health. Good common health practices. There's like not even a loot box. whole brand new outpost they made. Not even a loot box in here. I don't have any more med pens. Oh, I do. Haha! Just keep drugging myself. Oops. Okay. No, I'm just gonna overdose. If you're out of drugs, kids, or I'm sorry, if you're out of kids, drugs, if you're out of food, just eat drugs. The terminal kiosk doesn't have any food. Fancy that. Commodity kiosk. No loot boxes. Wait. Fresh ingredients. Let me in. Can I eat this? Haha! I can! Holy crap. We've done it. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. We've won Star Citizen. And a little more drugs to top it off. We're back in business. All right. The cargo hauler's life continues. Let's go. Good job, guys. Northern Tech Hermit, thank you for the sub on Twitch, dude. 17 months. 17 months you've been dealing with this crap. That's dedication. Alright, so my ship is back up that way. I need to find... I think there's a path behind here. Buy some food and drink on a station first. Probably. That would probably help. Gotta start packing some Uncrustables in my back pocket for these long voyages across the verse, eh? Yeah, this is exploration. You see, guys? Exploration is about trying to just find enough small bites of food to stay alive. You always buy irresponsible amounts of cruise while visiting the cargo deck? Yeah, I'll take 50 bottles of that. Just send it to my ship, thank you. Sir, this is Sriracha. Did I stutter? I got French fries to decorate. Alright, we're going to try another hauling mission here. Now, we've got stellar missions in Pyro. I mean, they just want us to go to... Yeah, so these have you picking up from various locations in Pyro and delivering to other locations in Pyro. How about we, though, see if we can pick up from Pyro and take it back to Stanton? Looks like that's a no. Maintenance missions. That's fun. Local hauling missions. Sacren's plot to T'Challa's beach. Oh, so these are like short hops. It's like a cool 104,000 credits to take it from Sacred's Plot to Chalice Beach, which are super close to each other. Let's see how that is. If that works okay. Wonder what actual exploration gameplay will be like. They have explained it. Essentially, you will be deep space probing with drones that you can send out through quantum travel. And as those probes find little deposits of resources, derelict space stations, derelict space ships, transient jump points, it will send you back a signature that you won't be able to really tell what it is. And you will have to determine what that signature is and whether or not it's something actually useful, or maybe it's somebody who's sitting in wait to ambush you, or it's actually a security deployment that you thought was a bunch of cargo haulers. The idea is that you can relocate your probes closer and closer to get better scans and better signatures, and then eventually get the data that is valuable to either you or the people that you know and sell that data for money. That is exploration. That is what they've said. They've said it multiple times. They know what it is. We know what it is. It's just that it doesn't ever really, it's not that pervasive in the community. No, it looks like this did not show up. Oh man, what just happened? Alright, so we're out here at Sacred's Plot. Just trying to get this one delivered over to Chalice Beach. Doesn't look like the boxes have shown up though. It's almost like if you have a one pickup location, it doesn't work. Like you have to have multiple pickup locations. What's up, Elite Gamer? Longtime follower here. Is the single player coming out this year? I would love to be able to tell you yes. I just don't know though. They still got it scheduled for this year, but I mean that leaves August and September and October at this point. And September and October have become pretty busy. August is obviously not going to happen because the ship showdown's going on. November, obviously GTA is coming out. December, it's just a bad idea to release a game, so it's looking less and less likely every week. But we'll see. We'll see. Maybe they do a short marketing cycle and drop it in 2 weeks in September or something. Almost like they plan on having a ground hauling vehicle eventually. Absolutely. I think it's what they want to do. The Sacred's Plot to Chalice Beach proximity is just a teaser of Starkitect. But this doesn't work. Let me see something else. Okay, so this one is taking us a little bit further, but the pickup is still here. I'm going to take it. Let's see if it loaded those boxes. It did not. I'm thinking it only works if you have multiple pickup locations. It might also be server dependent. Our first one went okay, but this one not so much. On a multiple pickup haul that isn't itemized, the second pickup will have all the goods. Yeah. Where's Rat's Nest? L5. Lagrange of Pyro 5. Alright, let's try this one, I guess. Because these Sacred's Plot runs, these solo pickup runs don't seem to be working. But if this one that we're going to does work, Now, these are all going to be picked up from the same place, I think. Yeah, everything is from Rat's Nest. So this will actually be our third opportunity. Multiple commodities from the same location, if they load in or not. Let me go back and see just one more time if those boxes just lagged to load in. No? Okay. One last thing I want to try and do is a server hop.
Takeoff complete.
Just gonna give the people who are coming here a little more space. We can server hop from over here.
Landing complete.
Attempt number 2. You found you've had to server hop or shard hop for pickups in Stanton. Also, seeing as servers are already statically meshed, it's likely region dependent in the same shard too. Could be. Could be, dude. You could be onto something. Not a clue where I was before, so I'm just going to jump in on a random... Dum dum dum. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. Wait a second. Foundation Festival.
Welcome to Robert Space Industries. Enjoy the ride. System check.
Huh. Oh, crap.
Takeoff complete.
Okay.
Landing complete. Takeoff complete.
Oh, I can't switch into third person anymore.
Landing complete. Engines are off.
Sorry, just a lot of notifications. All right, let's see if this worked. A little server hop, a little shard hop, and our boxes are not here. Okay, let's go to the rat's nest, or the rat tail, whatever it's called, and see if we can find any boxes there. If so, then I'm going to assume it's just single location pickups or single commodity pickups maybe that are a problem. If not, then I think it was probably because of the location itself.
Engines.
That's a nice ground texture.
Takeoff complete.
Oh my god, they're everywhere.
Shields are off.
Hauling missions were working flawlessly on Evocati 2 days ago. Haven't been on since, though, and things usually get worse before they get better in Evocati. You mean like the tech preview for 4.10? Man, it was bound to happen eventually.
Auto drive is now on. Auto drive is now off.
Damn. Alright, we'll have to stop by the next gateway. Or not. Okay, maybe there's just a better job we can take somewhere. Ruined Station. No, that's too far. Jackson Swap is going to be on Bloom. Pyro 6. L5 Lagrange Pyro 5. Lagrange 6. Lagrange 6. Sunset Mesa on 2. Rustville on 1. Quartz from Ashland, Golden Riviera, and Fallow Field. Golden Riviera, Ashland, Jackson Swap. Dude, there's a lot of Bloom. A lot of Pyro. I think it's Pyro 3. Pyro 4, Pyro 4. All right. There were a couple of opportunities here that are... They're putting us in multi-pickup locations. So let's try this one. It'll take us down to Fallow Field and then to Golden Riviera. So we can try and see Fallow Field on Pyro 4 first, see if that works. This is actually the crater. Remember I said that this planet got knocked off course into the orbit of Pyro 5 when it was hit by something? This is the crater of whatever it was that hit it. There are outposts down there. There are resources down there. It's got its own little freaking ecosystem. And I hate that. So hot the kids don't want to get the packages on the porch. How dare you kids. You're excited for summer? Ooh, yeah, it's gonna start heating up for you soon, right? I hope. Strawberry Bun, thank you for the bits on Twitch. Appreciate it. Hope you're having a lovely day and enjoying the stream. A few biddies make everyone's Wednesday better. You know if the BG bug got fixed? Wait, if what bug got fixed? I love the low-lying clouds on this planet. Pyrophore is freaking amazing. I think something might have happened though here with the planet tech. I don't think it's supposed to spawn in quite like this. Where even is your outpost? It's like shoved up in here. Guess it makes sense it's this protected. It was the whole game you were having a hard time refueling because of the bug. I don't know. Was it a refueling bug? Like it was when you were trying to refuel with other ships, something was going on? That place kills so many ships with broken mesh collisions. This specific outpost? Alright, let's see if this stuff is here. Come on, follow Fields. What you got for me? Nothing at all. Fantastic. Alright, so... just to be sure... collect potassium from follow field. And I believe this is where we are. So now what we need to do is go to the next place. Golden Riviera. Or what is this telling me? Oh, this is where we deliver. Okay, so I guess we need to fly to Golden Riviera, which means we're going to have to refuel and freaking jump across the system just to confirm whether or not the stuff loads in there or not. If it does, then I think we've got a pretty good idea of how this works. Refueling to go transfer cargo. You were trying to even refuel your ship and it wouldn't let you. Just a bit confused. So on this screen when you got here, I'm guessing when you went to click the button to refuel, it just didn't do it while you were cargo hauling. So a really old workaround for that, I don't know if it still works, is when you're sitting on the landing pad trying to refuel and it's not working, if you lift a little bit off the landing pad, it should still let you access that option. And it sometimes works a little bit better when you do that. That might not be the fix that works though. Something else that could possibly help is storing and then retrieving the ship again. Although if you have cargo on the ship, then that can be a little bit sketchy because Star Citizen loves to eat cargo. jump to Fuego. Right. I'm out of fuel. Are there no space stations around Pyro 1? Are there any around the Pyro Lagrange, maybe? RAB. Pyro 1 Lagrange. There's a PM. Nick's Gateway. Rat's Nest. 840. 813. Pyro 1 is too far. Checkmate's too far too. Yeah, I'm gonna have to jump to Rough and Ready first. There's a station near Pyro 6. Yeah, that's way past me though. That's ruin. So frustrated with the Hull C. About to just upgrade to an M2. Dude, the Hull C's been broken for a while. And I don't know what they're gonna do with it. Send me your P.O. Box info. I will send you the ultimate baby toy. Literally comes in a box with an authenticity card. They are so popular. Dude, that's amazing. Thank you, man. We do not have a P.O. Box. We did have one for a bit, but honestly, they're kind of expensive to keep going. Surprisingly so. It'd be nice if you could just... I don't know, like have some stuff sent to an Amazon thing or something. I will figure something out, po' boy. I will let you know. I'll hit you up. Thank you so much, dude. I really appreciate that. That's super nice of you. We will figure something. I'll get you an address. Much love, brother. That doesn't mean I'm eating any more olives, though. Confirm the Streamathon dates again? Yes, we are actually starting the Streamathon on the 29th. We have gone ahead and just straight moved it to the same day that the Twitch drops are starting, so that if you want to get the Twitch drops, you'll have no problem getting them on day one when we are streaming. If you want to join me in game, I'm thinking about putting together like our own GII themed Foundation Festival. Mostly casual, but somewhat meant on helping out people get stuck in with the game. And we should be live at least 8 hours every day for all of next week, as long as the subs happen and the timer keeps going up. Have Po' Boy link it to you from Amazon and throw it on the registry. That is true. That is actually a possibility. If that is possible, Po' Boy, I mean, obviously, maybe you want the toy to be a surprise, so I completely understand. But if not, you could send that link to Mrs. Tomato, and she can add it to the registry. And that would probably make it easier to do it that way. Both your daughters love them, and every baby shower you get them for new fathers and mothers, they have all been a success. I'm very interested in what it is. If it doesn't work out that way, we could probably send it straight to the house. I'm sure you all remember last year when somebody randomly started saying in different Discord servers throughout Star Citizen's community that they were going to they were going to offer to send me a pack of cigars, specifically so that they could get our address and then dox us. And I think just about everyone who knew me was like, why cigars? I don't smoke cigars. It was a very strange rumor going around. Get a P.O. box. Too expensive.
Auto drive is now off.
All right. First pit stop. Patch City. Just got to stop here and get some fuel real quick. You know them pyro. Pyro being real big, got you stretching your legs. Rochelle smells like feet. Not gonna lie, dude. I think you mean a cheese, but I definitely, when I read that, I thought you were just talking about somebody you know named Rochelle. I was thinking maybe wait till she's here to defend herself, dude. Just start laying out her reputation before she even can get here. But no, I do believe it's cheese. Cigars to hand out when the baby comes. Oh yeah, totally. What better way to celebrate a baby? Imagine just like baby's like, what did you guys do when I arrived? We smoked cigars. Popped the puffy ones, as they call them.
Landing gear deployed.
Thank you, po' boy. Really appreciate you, dude. Oh, Jesus. Dude, I really abuse the landing gear on this. All right, quick refueling and then we're off.
Hydrogen fuel is at 100.
Thoughts on the quantum fuel nerf? I don't have enough hands-on with it to really understand what it's doing or what it might have done. I do get the point of limiting quantum fuel and fuel in general and getting people used to the idea of looking for fuel, but obviously since this is a game that they have people playing as their normal game, they need to make sure that it makes sense in the current state. I haven't seen the numbers yet. Remember when it became a fad to hand out candy cigars for a baby, since literally overnight smoking became evil? I don't think I was old enough. I might have been one of the babies around that time. All right.
Landing gear raised.
Wait, it didn't... Is that a glitch? Is that the glitch where it tells me it didn't refuel, but it actually did? All right, second pickup location. Let's get on our way.
Auto drive is now on.
Foxy had a video breakdown of what the changes would do to QT, and combined with the consumption changes, it worked out to be a buff. Is it just like the tanks, the fuel tanks have changed in size? Is this a 4.9 thing? Is it already on the live game? Your local courier center allows for depot-only pickup or delivery to their smaller collection centers. Maybe that's an option. I will check and see if we can do something like that, yeah. Give me 1 second. Let me go check with Mrs. T. All right. Spoke with management. She's on it. How are the cargo missions going? You've really been itching to use your rail-in, but you thought people were saying something was wrong with Covalix. Something is wrong with all of it, unfortunately. It's not going too well. We had a successful run. It seems to be because we went to the second location for pickup rather than the first, which is strange because does that mean like the second place you go to or the second place on the list or what? I don't know. We're testing it out and it seems a little bit rough, not gonna lie. Look at Maverick giving bits to the chair. Little does he know, the chair just takes those bits and puts them towards the stool. The Raylan's your favorite cargo ship? Love it, but the contracts are iffy. You love it, Brig, really? Why is it your favorite cargo ship now? Interstellar contracts were good last patch, going station to station. Okay. Maybe this pickup goes better since we're at the station. All cargo providers seem to be hit or miss, which makes sense since they share the same tech. Yeah. Yeah, I think it's less about the factions and more about just the fact that they all use the back end. They all use the same database. Same actions, same transport system. Feels like home, easiest to load, but you may get a crick in your neck. Because you got to really crane it to get up to the top there. It's like putting something on top of a skyscraper from the ground. Maybe not a skyscraper, maybe like a 3-story apartment complex. The bug originally was that all of the pickups appeared at one place. But now it might just be broken that all of it does not appear. Oh no, I thought this was on a space station. No, we're heading down to another outpost, so that's not good news. Oh man, Maverick, I can't go over the transport system again. It pains me. You rented the Hermes for 3 days, you think you're gonna buy it? And that's why people are saying that they should just put these ships on AC. Yeah, I think you got it down, Supra. Rig, why are you giving bits to Maverick's chair? Send the bits to his poor headphone. They keep committing Sudoku. What's up, Squirrel Sama? That's a fun one. How's 4.9 after the maintenance? Checking in from work. I hope your work day goes well for you. I hope you have a successful time doing whatever you need to do. The current state of 4.9 is not the best. I mean, I have had no problems with anything other than my inventory not really loading in quickly. A little bit of lag there. And these cargo missions not showing up in the places that I'm going to pick up. So we're gonna try, this is the second time I'm coming to a secondary location after visiting the first. I would say if we can get the boxes out here, in my mind, it's safe to do cargo hauling at multi-point locations, multi-point missions. But even then, it's still not great. It's still gonna take you more time. So we'll see what happens here. Nothing. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and say, unfortunately, cargo is too unreliable, I think, for people to consider jumping in the game just for this. Now, there are other parts of the game that are working, and my performance has been good for this whole time. Our server FPS is currently sitting at, looks like between 10 and 15. Not great, not ideal. Client FPS is between 30 and 50, it looks like, which is actually pretty good for a location like this, but my computer has got an upgrade. So, ultimately, I don't think the game is really in a state for cargo haulers to get too excited, even if it is a great way to make money. But we will check back in on this probably this time next week to see if they've done anything to fix it and if it's a better option. Sorry, cargo haulers. Painful. Hey, thanks for subscribing, Sama. It's been your experience as well. Primarily been running hauling, and honestly feels like it was more consistent during 4.8, even though freight elevators weren't working super often. Yeah, the boxes just aren't even loading. It's not great.
Takeoff complete. Landing complete.
Alright, time to set up for our next stream. When we get back in the game the next time, I am planning on taking on some reco missions. I say we work our way through that rep grinding and see what kind of fun it can afford a group of 2 or 3. Since I'm putting off the streamathon until next week, that also means that we'll be doing something this Saturday, probably with the org. But I'll need to let them know because we were planning on stuff for the streamathon. It's crazy how this kind of thing happens. They just randomly will throw in a new date for something. Sad thing is that it worked fine in the initial 4.9 patch. The hotfix seems to be breaking the point of cargo. Dang. Some things fixed, other things broken. I actually haven't even seen really what's been fixed. Is there another hotfix they're working on? Management got it squared its way and it's on its way to all... Oh, I just butchered that whole sentence, but thank you, Po Boy. I appreciate you, dude. I look forward to whatever it is. I bet Baby Boy is gonna love it. That's crazy they're already working on a new hotfix. I guess they're just gonna have to keep working on hotfixes until something works. Sorry, just ASMR. What is one aspect of the game that you feel is working well enough to dig in on while we wait for the hotfix? Probably Reko's missions, which is why I'm going to run those on Friday. Oh, is salvage working well? Honestly, even with salvage, I don't get excited by salvage if I know I can't rip stuff out of the ship. If it's just scraping and fracturing and crunching, I'm not all for it. I prefer to have something that lets me get out of the ship and do something. So I even take mining over salvaging.
Quantum fuel is at 75%.
Your ore scanning mission was broken for Reko? Well, that's weird. I did that one a few times. Maybe it's not working after the maintenance. That would be that would suck. I mean, it's always fun to go into like the Onyx facilities and get loot, or go to Hathor and get loot, but there hasn't been a lot of loot being added to the pool lately, and the AI FPS isn't the most inspiring, so even that's kind of like eh. Could be worth gathering high quality materials right now, but then everybody's like, what's going to happen with the next patch? Is it all going to get wiped out? Who knows? Oh, you run the Reko missions and then you salvage the ship afterward? Doesn't that mean you're salvaging the ship of the people that you saved? Seems a little rude.
Drive is now off.
Leaks are pulling the minigun out of the bunkers. You mean the chain gun that's mounted in front of them, or the HMG that they were bringing in 410? Grimmery is in the chat. It's the Grimmery. Sorry, my wife is a huge Wicked nerd, so you get some of that with me. You salvage the cutlass. See now, sticking with the lore, being the proper citizen, you gotta salvage the pirate stuff, not the not the poor civilians you came to save. Hey guys, I see you're dead. You don't need this anymore. I'll just take it off your hands. You consider Star Citizen a roguelike? Okay. Star Citizen is the greatest patience simulator in my life. Though my baby boy is only a few weeks away, so I'm sure that challenge will be accepted soon. I don't know what's in the caterpillars. I've not actually looked into them. If you can't fly the ship away and store it, it's getting salvaged. Yeah, buddy. Alrighty, y'all. I'm gonna wrap things up here. We are at the Nyx space station. This will give us ample opportunity to jump straight into Nyx and get started off on our missions with Reko in the next stream. If nothing's happening tomorrow, which I don't think anything is happening, I'm probably not going to be live. I'm going to be focusing on the video I'm working on, which is, again, covering all the different ships in Star Citizen that also have counterparts in other IPs or in other games. You can actually, if you're on Patreon, the post is already available to you. If you go to patreon.com/spacetomato and you have any sort of support level over there. Actually, no, I think for free you can see the actual picture of all the ships I'm doing. It's like 21 different ships. And I'm hoping to have that one out this weekend for you guys. So I'll be working on that tomorrow. Likely won't be live, but on Friday I will definitely be back online. And we'll be going over Reko Pataglia's missions, see if those are working, how is the gameplay in Nyx. Basically just continuing on. No signal camera. What happened? Where'd you go, camera? What you doing? Nope. It's gone. I wonder if my camera overheated. It may have. Perfect timing. I will be back on Friday to check out the Knicks gameplay with you guys, and we can continue this grind of seeing if 4.9 is a time to play. All the way up until 4.10 and beyond. Damn it. Alright, I'm gonna pass y'all on to another Star Citizen streamer so you can still get some good times. Because, you know, there's no other good times to be had any other way at all. I'm going to hit you up on Bams. He's been doing a lot lately. Fairly new to the game, I believe, but he did a huge streamathon for it in June. He's been kicking it off pretty regularly over the last few weeks. Head on over there, cause some trouble, drop the toes in chat, let him know where you come from, say hi, make sure he feels the love. You guys are phenomenal. Absolutely great. It's so much fun talking with you while we play. Back and forth with the arguments, the debates, and the good points. You guys are absolutely a joy. It's my favorite part of the day, and I'm looking forward to the next one. You had nonstop problems with Elgato until you switched. Well, we'll see if it gets any better for me. I've definitely had problems with some of their things. All right, guys. Thanks again for being here. Hope you all have a wonderful day. I will see you on Friday. Bye-bye. I was totally waving to you guys there. You just couldn't see it. Love y'all. Peace out.